really put their love to the test.
With each turn of the page, smiles and joy flood the faces of Sofian and Michelle. On the surface, they look like any other newlyweds, anxious to start their journey in life together. Yet this journey was one with bittersweet beginnings, for behind the smiles was a 2-year battle they had to fight.
Actually, I think from young, I wasn't taught like don't go out with Malay guys, don't go out with Indian guys, kind of thing. So, and along the way, because I made friends and I see their way of life and I like what I saw, what I knew, so it wasn't a problem. Actually, I was very comfortable mixing with Malay, basically, because I was once working in an Indonesian restaurant, so I have a group of Malay friends. So it was never an issue like, oh, I'm going out with a Malay boy. It was just, yeah, I'm going out with a guy. That's it, yeah.
This guy, Muhammad Sofian, gave Michelle her first experience of interracial dating. She met Sofian through a group of friends, and despite the ethnic difference, it didn't take too long for chemistry to set in and romance to blossom.
My past few girlfriends are Chinese. Basically, my friends are all Chinese. In my schools, mostly are Chinese. Then I'm very involved in scout. So like my scouts basically all are Chinese. So when they introduce me girls, when we all go out with a group, there's always Chinese. And sometimes they don't feel like I'm a Malay also. Yeah. Like when we go and eat, sometimes they even forget that I'm a Malay. Let's go here, let's go there. Then suddenly they look at me, oh, sorry.
Despite their openness today, both Sofian and Michelle were ironically products of strict and traditional upbringings. Michelle was from a convent school where she spent much time surrounded by Chinese, while Sofian came from a fervently religious family. So it was only natural that wherever and whenever they walked hand in hand, it set tongues wagging.
Those older generations, like, especially around here, like, they just take a look at you, just stare at you. Yeah. And especially when we buy food, she'll be speaking Chinese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
then they will look at, yeah.
You Chinese, ah?
Yeah, I get that a lot when I go out with him. People will just look at you and say, oh, the wedding one. Yeah. It was like, hey, you speak very good Mandarin. Like, yeah, I'm Chinese.
But the stares and glares were the least of their problems. As their relationship transcended to the next level, the biggest hurdle was yet to come.
Initially, when we first started going out together, my mom she didn't say anything in the beginning because she thought it's just another boyfriend anyway. So, but later on, when she started realizing that it was getting serious, yeah, and she was not very happy about it. But she didn't say anything. Still, she didn't say anything. She only started voicing out her objection when we told her that we were going to RM.
I was very angry actually when she brought him home. I was very angry because, of course, to me, it's of a different race and religion, and that matters to me a lot. So I told, in fact, after that I talked to her. I said, are you sure that you're going to buy this man? It's better that you find one that is of the same race and religion. But it seems that she is quite firm. She wants to be with him, so I have to respect her. If I were to stop her, then something tragic might take place or whatever. So I don't want this to happen also. And I feel very sad, of course, she's my only child. I would prefer her to marry the same race and religion.
Actually, we didn't have many talks. It was just the first talk, it was really bad. It was really bad. So, but I was thinking, you didn't give me a good enough reason why I shouldn't marry this man. It's not as if he's no good, he's not treating me well, you don't like him. It's just, yeah, and I feel that she's doing it because she doesn't want to lose face.
When the child's getting matured, they have their own thinking. They always think what they want their life. So as parents, we only can give them the guidance and tell them what is the outcome if you marry another religion or race. So if she insists that she still loves the man and she wants to follow him, and then it's okay. It's should be give them a blessing and not the cursing to them, right?
Friends and loved ones were having a difficult time understanding this union. And the less than lukewarm reception Sofian was receiving from Michelle's family was a grave concern for him.
Basically, I was sad. And the first time when I even know that she's the only child, I was like, oh no. If things get worse, then like if the parents really disown her, then she's the only child. So I actually talked to her about it. I asked her, do you really want to what if your parents object you, right? Will you want to lose your family just because of me? Your family have brought you up for the past how many years? 20 years? And you're going to leave them because of me, are you sure?
I realized that the first step I have to take is to convert. So, and I didn't want to plunge into it just to, oh, I convert because I want to get married kind of thing. So I actually took the initiative. I told him I want to go for class. Not necessarily to convert, but to find out what exactly is going on. Yeah, so I did. I went to Darakam and found out more about the course, and I did go for the course. It was a really eye-opener. I realized there's so many things that were either misunderstood by me in the first place, or I didn't realize that the rationale behind them doing such a thing.
Really? I became more responsible because she's going to convert, right? So I believe it's my duty to lead her and not to mislead her. So to lead her, I have to show a good example. Yeah, so I start to teach her how to pray. I start to talk to her more about religions.
Yeah. And whenever I go for class, when I came back, every day we have a topic, you see, that we will discuss, and I always throw it back at him to explain to me why is it like that. Because there are certain things at the beginning when some new things, new concepts that you learn about Islam that I don't understand, like why like that. So
And some of them I don't understand too. So I have to ask my father, I have to start to read.
So true.
Yeah,
Discussion,
so it's
we had debate, I will argue my side, he'll argue his side. Then I realized that, oh yeah.
And then I will learn more. Basically, from debate, I learn more. I ask my father or I go read the books just to tell her the answer.
Michelle was 22, still in school and on the road to marrying into another race and religion. Many wondered if she could deal with the changes and consequences that came with it.
Basically, the parents also worried. First question, you need to fast,
Yeah. Because,
Because she cannot stop eating.
I love food.
So they worried, you need to fast, Will you faint? That's the first thing the father asked. What if you faint?
But fasting for me is not a new idea altogether because when I was younger, I told you I had Malay friends and all that. So while we were working together, so when they fast, basically you just don't eat with them, So I sort of started fasting with them just for the fun of it, So when they fast, I fast. So, and yeah, it was, so when finally we got together before our marriage, so we did try out. I did try it fasting and I felt it wasn't really a problem actually. You just don't eat. If you don't think about it, it's all right actually.
Assalamualaikum.
Michelle spends much of her time with Sofian's family these days. Despite the language barrier with her mother-in-law, she still finds solace in their midst. Both his parents have welcomed her with open arms.
For me, I accept, 100% accept. For me, it's nothing different. I mean, different races or religions. Of course, we know, we guess, because this is normal, you know. Not easy for some people to accept different races or religion. I advise, especially to Sofian, to care, to keep the promise, you know, because like Michelle, she do something like sacrifice, you know, to live her religion. So we have to what to say, admire her.
She may have spent more than 2 decades growing up in a Chinese environment, but Michelle says she's never felt any less at home here than if she were married into a Chinese family.
Buat sikit lebih kurang tahulah kan. Nak kahwin dengan pengasing kan sikit nasihatkan Sofian lah. Nanti nasihatkan Sofian lah. Kalau dah kahwin jaga baik kan. Jadi Marina punya mak pun apa ni?
Dah setujulah.
Setujulah.
While most of her peers were focused on slogging it out in school, Michelle had a lot more to think about. A new house, a new role as a wife, and a great big wedding to plan. And while most couples bicker over the nitty-gritty of wedding preparations, Michelle and Sofian had bigger issues to resolve.
Basically, the preparations part, there were some disagreement along the way. I felt that if what we're doing is because of religion purposes, then of course go ahead, you have to teach me because that I don't know, so you have to lead me along. But what we are doing, if it's just Malay tradition, then I believe that we can discuss on that. Yeah, we can compromise on tradition but not on religion, you see. Like how should the wedding be, you know, like whether or not we should have karaoke during the wedding, or whether or not we should allow people to bring away food, you know, kind of thing. Because in Chinese, for Chinese wedding, these are totally like out of the question. You don't have karaoke during Chinese wedding. We go Chinese wedding, you don't tapao, you see. So these things that we worked out. So we worked out fine in the end. We did have a harder time, but I'm sure we didn't have the worst time. I think once you're in a relationship and then slowly you go into wedding preparation and then after marriage, I think the problems that you face, regardless of race, will be about the same. Couples during their wedding preparation, after wedding, they will always quarrel. And the things that they quarrel about, I'm sure is not all about because you are Malay, I am Chinese kind of quarrel. Yeah, so... Yeah,
it's more in the general, like the house, I do more things than you, yeah, that sort of thing.
And Michelle's big day has finally arrived, and while it will surely be a joyous occasion for them to mingle among the guests, deep in their hearts they know that they've got a long, untested road ahead of them. And perhaps it's this uncertainty that spurred a fire within them both. And now more than anything else, they want to prove their skeptics wrong.
Hello! Hello! No! I want the check!
I give you the knife.
No, cannot.
No knife.
No knife, no pakai one. I want a check only. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, come in.
Marriage is all about compromise, and today, Sofian and Michelle's wedding is all about that. Before the traditional Malay ceremony commences, the couple offer respects to their elders in a truly Chinese ceremony. And for the first time, Sofian's parents gaily join in a ritual they've heard about for so long.
Man to man, man to man.
Okay, you take one, you take one. Okay,
Then you serve your parents.
Just give him drink.
Give
Then you hold it, take it from them.
address them,
Daddy, drink tea.
I have to drink. I have to drink.
As cultures cross, an air of confusion and chaos breaks out. Not that anyone minds, the fact that both families have gathered under the same roof is blessing enough for the couple.
When we accept her, we have to accept everything. I mean, for her culture. This culture, I mean, this part, never against our religions. So it's nothing wrong. It's not only culture.
In the din of all the celebrations, it's time for Sofian and Michelle to look forward and think of the future. Never mind that part of their world is cautiously awaiting to see the outcome of this marriage. Here is a couple basking in joy that they've been given a two-in-one deal that allows them the best of both worlds.
I feel our children will benefit more.
Yeah,
Then, like,
definitely.
our children were exposed to all kind of festival, all kind of celebrations. We celebrate Chinese New Year, Hari Raya, and Christmas.
So we actually get the best of everything, because I learn more about both. I mean, I'm Chinese, so I learn more about the Malay culture, the Malay tradition, while he will learn more about the Chinese. And what I learned was that I have to really fight for what I want. If that's what I think I really want, I'm not going to not do it because someone tells me that no, you can't do it. So I'm not doing it as an act of rebellion, like because you say no, that's why I want to do it. But because I really want to do it and you're not supporting me, so I have to support myself and do it.
There were initial reservations. But after seeing the joy on their daughter's face, Michelle's parents have finally come to terms with this union and have taken the bold and brave steps of taking part in the Malay ceremony and celebrations.
Of course, everybody want a happy ending, happily ever after. We just live ourselves. We're happy. We love each other. That's all. Basically, we just have to prove to ourselves that we love each other. We don't owe everybody anything except for our parents.
We don't owe explanation to anyone why you work out, why you didn't work out, kind of thing. Yeah.
come to the end of this week's episode of Mosaic. Join me next week for more heartwarming stories about life, love, and going beyond the barriers. I'm Cheryl Fox. I'll see you then.